Pigs and robots. If you know me and you know this story, then it's obvious. If you don't know this, then you're going to find out. But I will tell you, this is a meh update. And I'll tell you why that is. So here we are, towards the end of April. Rates, the good news, have come down a little bit. 6.3 is what Mortgage News Daily is showing. You can see that we've kind of just been going sideways since basically April 1st. You can see here, this is the 10-year Treasury. So you see March, we just got kicked in the gut. Rates went up and up and up. And then since April, we've kind of just been going sideways, is what it is. So why does that sideways matter? I'll share that in a second. Age of home buyers, by the way, you can kind of see the generational, the baby boomers are winning as far as what they're doing. And then to the right is the median age in each group. So for the older millennials, the 36 to 45, 40-year-old, I've seen a lot of stats that says the first time home buyers, close to, late 30s, early 40s. The household income for these folks, you can see here how I don't say it's all over the board, but the reality is it makes more sense, right? The folks that have more income are going to be a bigger percentage, and it's going to be the older folks. So I don't know that this is that interesting, other than the median income. And this is also, by the way, 2 years old. But the median income for that middle part, the 27 to 70 years, the bulk of who's buying the homes, it's about 100 and what is that, 115, 120 grand average, give or take. So it takes a lot of money to buy a home in today's world. That's probably no shock. But here's that first-time home buyer piece I alluded to. 99% 27 to 45 years old were the first-time home buyers. So 27 to 45, if you figure the bulk of them are 60%, two-thirds or 60, 35 or less, you got to figure you're still sitting somewhere in that mid-30s, late 30s for your first-time home buyer, which is crazy to me. To be 40 years old and buying your first home, which is awesome. I'm excited, but that's a long time to wait. Existing home sales, basically, the reason why I said this update's meh is because everything's just kind of the same, more of the same, right? Year over year, where we are now, March of 26, and I know technically it's April, but with the data, it's about the same between first-time home buyers, cash investors, all that stuff. It's marginal difference here. Same thing where they're talking about a whole bunch of stats. The only one I want to bring up is at the bottom. Lawrence Oon, the National Association of Realtors chief economist, says that homeowners have accumulated $128,000 of wealth over the past 6 years. So that same stat is now showing up here over on the right side, a little more pretty on this one. But again, the month of supply, it's about 4 months. And that's nationwide. That's not North Texas. But the median home price, it's about the same, up 1.4%. So more meh, right? So it's still about $409,000, give or take, for the median home price. So a little over 400,000, 4 months on the market. It's about the same, more of the same. And where are rates going to be, they think in the future, more of the same. So this is coming from Yahoo Finance. I have seen it in 2 or 3 different sources. This one was just the easiest screenshot. That basically says this year's rates, bottom right, if you want to follow along. Bottom right, they're thinking low sixes, 6.25. Next year, 6%. Year after that, maybe we get in the high fives. So again, the difference between 6.25 and 6, meh. I mean, yeah, we'll take lower. Don't get me wrong, we want lower. But the reality is the models have shifted from what they thought would be this year ending in the fives to now being more of the six. And a matter of fact, the Fed has basically just come out and they're basically said, we're going to wait and see. So a lot more meh. Like they don't know what's going on, right, with the Middle East and all the stuff, the shock in oil, all these things. So it's really just a meh. Things as usual. So what a weak update. I get it. But hey, I'm just here to deliver the news. I didn't make the news. The other part, Dallas, good for us. Apparently a super expensive $300 million, high rise, fancy, I'm sure young and rich people can go live there. I'm not going to, but downtown, I just thought this was interesting that there's a close to 400 unit uptown tower. Did not know that the market would support that, but time will tell. So having the fun. Here it is, team. If you haven't seen this actual video, go look at it. This is where was it? Like Sweden, Norway, Finland, somewhere over one of those Scandinavia areas. This robot literally will chase off these wild pigs. And these pigs, when you look at it, and I love hunting pigs. You say, oh, it's mean. Look, the other day they're a nuisance. And apparently pigs have become so emboldened that they've started attacking people in neighborhoods. So they now have these robots that will physically run after them. And it is wild how agile this thing looks. So if you haven't seen it, just Google robot looking for pigs. It is crazy to see them chase down these pigs that look like cows. They're so big. And then side note, just kind of a nice little segue to that. Apparently, I'll call it 1 in 8. 15% of Americans are open to having an AI manager. That's stupid. That's just stupid. I'm not even going to speak to that. That is stupid. Product of the week, self-employed stuff. We've had a lot of folks. Taxes just got done. We've had a lot of self-employed conversations lately. Just what to put on the tax returns, what not to put, how aggressive do they get? It's a big deal. So if you are self-employed or know somebody who is, we are really, really good at it. So absolutely check it out. Let us know if we can help you or anybody you know. And then just one little, the math work. This isn't the dude, right? So, but I don't know why we chose this picture, but we did. We did have a guy refinance out of a 2.9% rate for a 7.3, and that's higher than normal. But again, self-employed, he was doing something different. And you can think, man, why would the guy go from 3,800 to 8,500? The reality is he ends up saving over $300,000 just based on what he's doing and how he's spending his money. So don't think that just because you have this low rate, if there's a need for cash or you're just something's different happening in your life, it's at least worth a conversation. I would say generically speaking, yeah, nobody wants to go from 2.9 to 7 point something. But there are instances, and that's the point, there are instances where it does make financial sense. The meme of the week, I didn't get it, I'm going to be honest, but buyers been asked to sign their initial disclosures. Maybe they're space cadets, they're not home, they're on vacation. I got to be honest, I didn't quite get it. My team liked it. There you go. Evidence of success. We got a great team. I will tell you that. They mentioned me, so good for them. But the reality is the team's awesome. We appreciate everybody in the good words. And as usual, forward, share, subscribe, like, all that stuff. And most importantly, go check out that robot pig chaser thing. That's amazing. Remember, guys, have a great week and keep us in mind. Have a great week. I fumbled up. Look, if you're still watching, you're fine. When you think mortgage, think Mark.